Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Urban Talks. Today we're going to have a conversation. Just want to have a casual walk. Y'all know what's up. I'm on my break. But on the back end, today's conversation, I really want to talk about, critical thinking in addition to, not focusing on what others, think about you, aka that external validation. And once again, when it comes to that critical thinking, when I was in community college, I happened to take a critical thinking class, and that changed, my sense of thinking, my process, my rationality. And I think it's really important because this is something that we don't usually see in society. And with me graduating in 2020 in regards to getting that associate's degree, that was a course that was taken out of the school systems. You can ask me why. I'm gonna sit there and tell you I don't know why. I don't control when it comes to courses. I don't control, the education, schools, credentials. I don't get to have that type of control. Let me find a little location and we could just kind of chop it up. But like I said, on the back end, it was a course that I realized that we need to start questioning what's going on. We need to start questioning information. We need to start questioning what's being put into your brain, because let me just be real with you. There's something that's called conscious, where you're able to be aware, and there's something that's called unconscious, where you don't know what's going on. It's something to just go into your brain, right? And we know that when we get information, sometimes it could affect our mood. So sometimes it could be positive information. It could be like, a joke. It could be just different things that you're able to acquire on a positive note, motivation, right? That can boost you up, make you feel better, compliments, etc., right? And then negative information is just drama, the news. Y'all know what's up. Come on, y'all. The media, you know what I mean? Back to back here in this chaotic situation, so-and-so died, so-and-so fell, so-and-so this. All these different things affect our mood, right? So I really want us to understand the impact of information. And it's very important for us to assess this information and understand that we need to know our capacity. We also need to know when enough's enough, when to have a break of some information, right? And that's why I always, moments like this, right? Fine, I'm in the city with it. Y'all know what's up. We in Cambridge, but in the back end, like find spots in your city like this, you see, where you're able to just go about your business, have time for solitude. Look at this. Look at the view, y'all. Like, imagine you just sitting right here, right? And you just seeing, you know what I mean? But on the back end, like I said, this is really important to find environments like this where you're able to just really reflect on information. And there's something that's called bias, right? Where someone else's point of view, POV, right, is they're giving you their point of view on how they comprehend things, based on their information, etc., right? And sometimes people skew things based off of, their own personal reasons. And I think that, like I said, that's why it's important for us to reassess. Everything that you hear, you don't always have to believe, right? And I think that we have to spend more time believing on ourselves, reassessing our history, reassessing our culture, reassessing, our childhood, all these different things, because that plays into how we are today. You know what I mean? In addition to that as well is that, to the conversation I want to bring into consideration as well, is, like I said, is that stop focusing on external validation. As you guys can see today, I'm a black man. You dig? This is what I do, right? But at the same time too, I was destined to be a statistic based on society, in addition to based on my family dynamic. I'm coming from a dysfunctional family. So I always want people to take in consideration that we need to be more in tune with who we are, believing who we are, right? Focusing on our greatness, focusing on our passion, focusing on our purpose, right? Focusing on what's going to be beneficial for you, right? You look left, you look right, you realize that some people are saluting for you. And some people, they move devious. On the back end, they're playing like they rock with you, but you feel me? They're in competition with you, right? They're not really cheering for you. They have a side eye for you. They're trying to see, you know what I mean? They check your temper to see where you're at cognitively. You feel me? If they're able to have that one up on you, manipulate you, control you, right? So let's really you feel me? We gotta be intuitive on what's going on. And that's why I'm saying, process the information, process the little things that people are saying to you, process what's coming into your brain, your body, your mind, your mood. Like really build this rapport with yourself. Spend time with yourself, y'all. There's so many spots in this world. And I want us to understand too, is that on some, shout out to the movie, Scarface, but in a real way, in a real world, like, right, in real life, right, the world is yours. It's not mine, right? It's not yours. It's all of ours to share. The world is yours, and that includes everybody, right? So we need to be able to take in consideration that we got to have a positive mindset. We have to understand to really assess what's going on with us, build this rapport with ourselves. But in addition to, like I said, stop focusing on external validation. Look at this. Right? People are minding their business. They're going about, you know what I mean? Their business. People are walking. Everybody's in their own world, right? Everybody's doing their thing, right? You got people that's coming from international countries, you feel me? Traveling, you feel me? Tourists, etc., doing their own thing in their own world, having their own point of view. Why don't you build up your world, right? And this is also, like I said, I'm coming from a dysfunctional dynamic, so like we have to pull ourselves outside these environments, these dynamics, that right, to get ourselves in a more harmonious world where we're able to think and rationalize in a correct, healthy fashion. Because when you're in environments that are full with chaos, full with anger, full with impulsive, full with people that just don't give a F because they've been through too much, right? Full with people that's going through pain, full of suffering. Y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all. We have to take charge. We have to take action. We have to, you feel me? Find environments like this where we're able to think with clarity. Because a lot of us out here, like I said, could put ourselves, and some people that already went through it, you feel me? Let's go. Nothing I'm talking about is relatively new, but we have to take in consideration because I don't want you to be in a situation where you're tore from the floor up, where your life's compromised, where you didn't get to reach your full potential. You've been around people holding you back. Been around people that say that your day ones, but you feel me? They ain't got nothing going on. We need to really reassess. Even in our family tree on a real end. If you look at your mom, no shade to nobody, no disrespect, but I want to be the person to really call things out and really give you the motivational value and the awareness so you're able to move accordingly for yourself. And you can also protect yourself in this world. But let's be real. Some people in our family dynamic didn't do what they had to do. They didn't live their purpose. They didn't spend the time to do the self-development, right? Some of our parents and our people in our family dynamic, their self-esteem is not up because they didn't do what they had to do. They don't believe in themselves, right? There's no shade, but I got to call this stuff out. We're around people that say, I love you, I want this, I want that. Let me get more specific. I want us to have a better relationship. I want us to have more peace in the family. I want us to have more unity, right? People want to have things on a positive note, but look at their actions. They're not taking the steps. So with me having this clinical awareness and me having went through my situations and I've seen a lot of things, right? I've worked with a lot of people. I work with children. I really understand individuals, right? We gotta take action. We got to take action. And I really want people to realize too, if you don't have money to go on the vacations and live lavish, like you got it like that, you could do things like this. Go to the beach. Take a walk. Y'all see what's up with people? Sit on the bench. And really give yourself the time where you're able to really think for you critically, as we mentioned in the beginning of this video. Pour into yourself. You may not be where you're at right now, but pour into yourself. Allow yourself to I'm going to get there. I'm going to figure this thing out. Yeah, we got AI, we got technology, we have professors, teachers, counselors. There's the support's out here, y'all, but we have to take action. Consultants, you feel me? Free consultations to be able to understand what you got going on so they're able to support your needs. Yo, we got to take action, y'all, because I don't want you to be in a situation like most people out here where they just keep talking. They keep talking, and time does not wait for no one. And time, I can tell you this, time tells. The people out here that have been minding their business, they've been staying to themselves, they've been staying grounded, they've been staying disciplined, they've been minding their business, right? Handling their business, right? They get the results. And for me, I gotta put my hands up because I've been doing the work, and I've been seeing the people that have been gradually working on themselves. You feel me? From the college campuses, from the universities to the community colleges, right? To the organizations, seeing people push, after school programs, working with the kids. It's a lot going on out here. And I've been in different environments, and like I said, I got to call this out for what it is, because I cannot sit here and let people skew themselves into going left when damn well, you feel me, they should be going right. You feel me? So it's like everybody has their own decision. Don't get it twisted. Ain't nobody going to trick you outside your position and tell you what to do. You control that destiny. You control your destiny. Only you can save yourself in this sense. Mental health, for instance, is voluntary. We can't force you to help yourself, right? But just know, like I said, the support is out here. But we need to also, too, look at an angle with more rationality, more clarity, more understanding, more awareness. But we also have to what? We have to seek this. Because if we keep doing what we're doing and we just keep living a life of just, you feel me? Like letting life just life and not grab that steering wheel, we're going to be in a situation, like I said, we're compromised. And I don't want you scratching your head and you feel me? Realize that you wasted a lot of time. You feel down bad. You're depressed. Like you feel like your life is just, you feel me? I don't know. But I really want to speak for those and advise those that, like I said, they're coming from dysfunctional environments where they haven't been able to have the ability to really rationalize critically about the next steps. It's not easy out here. It's not easy out here. And a lot of people in this world, I'm going to keep it a buck with you, they're suffering. And regardless if you have money or not, it doesn't bring you to peace. Because as human beings, we're all, you feel me? We're connected. Energy doesn't lie. And studies also show, too, is that environments play a significant role into your well-being. If you're around people who are miserable, you're going to be what? You're going to be miserable. You're around people who are, you feel me? Like, all of these things click, yo. So we got to reassess what we're around, y'all, and gain this awareness. Let's take action. Let's sacrifice a little bit to gain something. You feel me? Let's look at the process. Let's break it down in manageable steps. You feel me? Let's not seek external validation because we're giving energy frivolously away to the world. And different people, like I said, they're on their own time. People are focused on what? Themselves. They're not really worried about you. And let me keep it a buck with you. Like I said, too, is that some of the people that you're around, they're holding you back from your potential because they don't want you to do better than them. So why don't you put you feel me? This ego and this validation, all these things out, you feel me? Outside of yourself to the side and really just focus on within you, yo. Good things take time on the back end. So if you think that this video is going to sit here and you're going to wake up tomorrow and be a whole different person, it don't work that way. We got to take action. We got to put the work in. And we have to have a positive mindset, right? We got to seek the proper supports, right? There's a lot of things that we have to do. But like I said, when are we going to have the time to sit down, take a walk of clarity, you feel me? Alone, preferably, right? To really reassess. Once again, you know what I mean? This video is about critical thinking. We all have a brain. We're all blessed. We're all unique. We all have our different points of views, right? But when are we going to critically think about what's going to be beneficial for you, your life, your purpose, your mental health, and your destiny? And connecting to this video is, like I said, we're not going to get there if we keep focusing on what other people think and wasting our energy and just, you know what I mean? Let life. We got to take action. We got to take control. And we have to use one of the most powerful tools in the body. And it's the what? Mental health is where? The mind. Just like the computer system of, you feel me? The mind, the brain. I'll never forget one thing my sister told me back in the days, you know what I mean, is that, you know, even though I was coming from, like I said, that dysfunctional dynamic, you know what I mean, going to the gym all the time, working, playing sports, etc. Like, your body, your physique's on point, right? Which plays a significant, you know, it's a significant part in regards to your mental health. But that's not just going to be the answer of what you need. You also need to be, you feel me, practicing skills for your mind, training your mind on a positive way. And let's be real, some of our parents, the family dynamics that we're coming from, they're not professionals. They don't have, you feel me, some of these skills. They don't have all this awareness. So you got to realize, like I said, there's other people out here that have the skills, have the training, have the credentials, and we got to get connected to them. I'm here for y'all, you feel me? I'm a counselor. I put the work in, you feel me? Consistently. It was not an easy process, like I said, from the community college all the way to the master's degree. You feel me? It has been a journey. And on the family aspect too, I gotta keep it a buck because people out here, they're suffering, and you feel me? We can't move in silence. But I had to walk through the fire. But to become the person that you see today, it took time, it took work, it took discipline, it took sacrifice. I had to let things go. I had to put the boundaries up. You feel me? but you have to think critically for yourself, period. No one out here, whether you want to hear it or not, is going to have the best intentions for yourself than yourself. And that's where the confidence lies. It lies within, and it's going to come out of you when you spend more time with yourself, y'all. Y'all see what's up? I'm walking through people, you feel me? This is real. How you doing? You feel me? But we do this for real, y'all. We do this for real. We give positive energy. We transition the negative experiences and we make something out of it. You feel me? You know? And I also want you all to know, too, is that you are not the only one that's going through pain, suffering. You are not the only one trying to figure this thing out. You are not the only one that's vulnerable and going through, you feel me? The little insecurities of trying to seek support. You are not the only one trying to take that first step forward. You're not the only one. But I need you to understand too, with a more compassionate mindset and realizing that, by you having this effort and you showing up for yourself and you thinking critically and you moving away and you making different changes, you're making the strides that you need to do to thrive. You right? So please lock in with yourself. Please trust yourself, and please believe that you have everything that you need inside. Self-love, take it easy.